So sometimes it can be quite daunting or a little just frustrating and draining to constantly go through harassment or bullying or devaluing or talk down to or have hindrance to stop you from doing what you're doing the way you do it because of, let me give you a little bit about my background. And I don't do anything special at all. Like now I just, work off tour as, an AOD for the Veterans Affairs, and I just try to stay in my little lane and handle my business, right? But sometimes you'll have people to try to take you out of your element, and try to stop you from being the competent person that you are, right? And so it's kind of hard for people to, and normally I don't talk. It's very hard for me to talk most times, and that's why I like doing these videos and things of that nature, so I can talk and get it out. And I've been doing a lot of that lately, and it makes me feel good. But a lot of times when you don't talk and you let things slide and this and that or whatever, and then you notice how people try to pick your brain and try to do some of the things that you do, and they can't even hold your strap, your jock strap, whether you're a female or a male. I can't think of a better way, professional way to say it, but seriously. So sometime when you have what others don't have, it becomes a problem. And there are a lot of people that either fake it till you make it, which is okay if depending on the situation. But when you lie or over exaggerate your experiences, and then you don't even know how to comprehend the people that you are copying because you don't have the experience, and then you have that personality to destroy because it's so frustrating to you that you just don't get it, right? So anyway, a little bit about me and a teeny weeny bit about me and my background. I have extensive hands-on experience and a unique background. Like, say for example, diverse healthcare roles, working in various healthcare positions, traveling the world for different veterans hospitals, not one hospital, hospitals, and multiple Army hospitals. As a retired military spouse, I was married over 30 years and had a husband that had 4 combat tours under his belt. So I moved around a lot, and I have a lot of experience. I've worked in healthcare positions such as inpatient pharmacy tech, enrollment specialist, fee basis agent, med tech, with the whiskeys for injured soldiers, health technician, doing IVs and chest compressions and changing colostomy bags and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And so these roles demonstrate my versatility and ability to adapt to different medical settings, and that's why a lot of times I just remain quiet. But when it comes time to get into situations to save a life or communicate with people throughout the hospital, I do it effectively and with great skill. So I've had advanced certifications and training. I mean, who gets a ACLS if you're not a nurse or a doctor. I did, as a health tech. My CNL was like, you're going to the class and you're going to do it. And I was like, I didn't study. And she was like, you're going. I went and then did the 4-hour mega code. And that was the longest, hardest, most stressful time. One of the most stressful times in my life. And after I got through it, it took me quite a bit of time to come down off of that. But I did it. I passed it the first time. And I was like, wow, you did that. You did that. And you can hear the instructor like, she knows what she's talking about. And so they didn't force me to go because they were forcing everybody to go. They forced me to go. Out of quite a few people. And then with that certification, I was able to record doing codes. I was able to, I was not qualified to pass medications, but I was able to record, do the chest compressions, pass certain instruments and things of that nature. So these are achievements typically reserved for doctors and nurses, but I got that and I felt pretty good about it. So it just reflects my competence in leadership under pressure. And so they trusted me to stop the line. I knew my medications, and if I was to see an error or a potential error, they just trusted me to do these things as far as to stop the line, pass the fluids, direct traffic during these code blues. So stress that this trust stemmed from my experience and respect earned from top doctors and nurses. Just showed me how to do so many things because they could rely on me and know what to look for when a patient was getting ready to go sour or things of that nature, who to contact and how to get going to try to save a life. So I just got that experience. I worked at many different VA hospitals, many different Army hospitals. So it's in my blood. It's a part of me. And I have global experience working in Germany with the injured soldiers. So my exposure to diverse healthcare systems and practices throughout global travel as a military spouse just demonstrates cultural competency and adaptability in various environments. Being that military spouse that I am, and having that perspective as a military spouse, we did the 20-year retirement, over 30 years as a retired military spouse of a veteran with 4 combat tours under his belt. This adds depth to my understanding of military healthcare, their needs and challenges faced by service members and their families. So, just sharing examples and early signs of just all types of things that would happen, and my approaches to the care of veterans, their family members, and working in the Army hospitals and things of that nature. It just, sometimes it was embarrassing, like during breaks from the PCS move, because it's so much experience to list on my resume, and I had to feel like dummy it down a bit, because I know in the civilian world would never allow certain things that I have done to be done in the civilian world that was done in the Army hospitals or some of the VA hospitals. But I got the experience. I am who I am, right? And so, sometimes working in different environments, people think you're new, you're brand new. You need to adapt to the way their nasty behaviors and how they treat people, or their views of people that go through things that they have never been through. You need to treat them the way they do. And so then it comes up, a stoppage. Like, I was one that you could not and cannot and will not, whether I have a job tonight or I don't. You can't break me or make me do what you want me to do. And so that's just a little bit about, my background as I go into this next video. I think I wanted to mention that to say, so as people are tearing you down, they do little things to sabotage you. They gather their friends or people that believe as they believe. But it's hard when you're hard and you stand on business, so it makes it even harder. But I don't care how hard or how strong you are, it can break you down. Like, it can be like, this is like some bull crap. But you know what? I've learned to take it as a lesson. I'm like, well, how many more lessons do I need to learn about people's personalities and behaviors? Come on. Like, how much more do I need to learn? Like, oh my God. But I am taking it as a learning lesson. And so, to those that are having that hard time, that have genuine experience and professionalism behind them, and love and empathy for others, and they're trying to fight being not like the people that are trying to bring them onto their team for toxic behaviors and to destroy others instead of taking care of others. You're not alone. But there are ways that you can get around that and just continue to stand for what you believe in. All right. I feel a little bit like sharing today, and as it comes to workplace culture, specifically within the Department of Veterans Affairs, which is pretty much under attack right now as far as the possible or the rift that should be happening between now and August. And so I wanted to talk about it in a sense where I wanted to give a little bit about me and talk about that for a minute. And so I'm just sharing. No, I'm not being kind. I'm sharing. And sometimes when you have quite a bit of experience and you kind of just operate like clockwork, things just flow with you. You don't have to think too hard because of your experience. And it's no like it's not that type of an experience where all types of degrees and accolades and this and that and that and that, just down and dirty get the hands all up in it dirty type of experience, right? And so okay, I don't know where to start with that, but let me just, I guess I'll just start here. So just to shed a little light on the challenges that are undermining in the work environment for VA employees. Challenges that include bullying, retaliation, and the presence of toxic environments, which can significantly impact staff and the veterans that they serve. So quite a bit of people, employees at VAs, have reported experiencing harassment, particularly when they attempt to raise concerns or report wrongdoing within their organization. In many cases, individuals who take the brave steps to participate in whistleblowing or who expresses their opposing opinions find themselves facing retaliation rather than support. This is so troubling, a troubling trend, which is recognized under federal guidelines as a form of workplace violence, indicating the seriousness of the issue. So an example of this toxic culture is seen in how some employees are treated. For example, experienced professionals may be labeled as lazy, not necessarily because of their work ethic, but often due to a culture of insecurity and fear of competition among colleagues, such as derogatory remarks do not just demoralize individual workers, they can also erode the overall quality of care that veterans receive. A supportive and respectful environment is critical to ensuring that veterans receive the best care possible when you can step in and things cross your lap that you can help with. So although the VA has policies intended to address issues of bullying and harassment, the crucial element of enforcement often falls short. Many employees find that despite the existence of these policies, the mechanisms to report and remedy such issues are inadequate. As a result, those who experience bullying may feel isolated and without a clear path to resolution. This situation creates a cycle where toxic behavior can continue, become so toxic, affecting not only employee morale, but ultimately impacting the quality of veteran services. So to know someone that is experiencing similar challenges, either as a target of bullying or as a witness to such behaviors, remember that you are not alone. I just wanted to mention some resources for help. For immediate support, the Veterans Crisis Line is a valuable hotline that can be reached by dialing 988 and pressing number 1. This line provides confidential support from trained professionals who understand these types of issues. In addition, there are organizations specifically designed to support whistleblowers. These groups can offer guidance and assistance to those who feel they are facing backlash for speaking out against inappropriate conduct. It's important to advocate for accountability at every level of leadership within the VA. A respectful and thriving workplace doesn't just benefit employees, it truly enhances the care provided by our veterans. Advocating for change is crucial. Each of us have a role to play in fostering a healthier work environment, while it can be challenging to challenge the status quo. Speaking up about problem behaviors and promoting a culture of respect and support, pretty much essential. Understanding that the workplace culture at the VA can be improved is the first step towards making that change happen. It's pretty vital to recognize that a toxic workplace can have a ripple effect that extends beyond individual experiences. This negativity that pervades an organization can lead to a decline in the quality of services provided to veterans. When team members feel supported and valued, they are more likely to deliver the highest standards of care. Rather than getting to that point of, I don't give a flying cuckoo. But you want to perform at your best because that's what every veteran deserves. Rather if they're mentally ill, rather if they're homeless, rather if they're on drugs, rather if they just got a diagnosis of stage whatever cancer. It doesn't matter. Leadership at the VA must also take note of these ongoing issues and commit to real actionable changes. This includes not only implementing policies, but making sure there is accountability for their enforcement. There should be structured support systems in place for reporting bullying and harassment and clear procedures for addressing grievances. All this I'll hold on to that for a minute. Creating training programs that fosters a culture of respect can also play a significant role in improving workplace dynamics. As we work toward creating a better atmosphere, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so maybe that was my little warm up. Now, sometime in the workplace environment, I could speak for myself, and I can it's not easy. And especially when you hold on for a long time. Sometimes you say something, but 9 times out of 10 you don't. But I'm here today to tell you that makes it worse, because when dealing with these type of people that are constant bullies, that are constant destruction towards employees that they work with and patients that come into the healthcare system, are not going to change, or I don't know if they're going to change or not, right? I can only talk from my experience. Those that refuse to change, regardless of how many times they have been written up, those that refuse to do the right thing, by following procedures and those things of the sort. Those that just flat out refuse, and want to continue to disrupt the mental of others that is not in a healthy manner, and refuse to change, it's only going to get worse if we keep it in and don't report. That's it for now. Maybe later, but for now, that's it. I want to bring something else up real quick, as I might not be ever talk this long again on a video, but wanted to get this off my chest while I'm thinking about it. Like in the workplace, out of my 1,000 videos I've done, and I've been married. I was married for 30 years, traveled the world, right? I don't talk about relationships, male, female, intimate, for the most part, no. Try to stay away from that. But I'm gonna talk about it in a way where I want to explain something real quick. So I don't normally do my hair. I don't put on clothes. I'm whatever, right? And so when I do a little something to my hair, which is still not all that or anything, and all I need to do is I can go to the dollar store and buy a white shirt and put on somewhere, whatever. Put clothes on that somebody notice and they say, "Oh, look at you. You got a man?" And so the last conversation I had with this one, I looked and I said, no, as a matter of fact, I got 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 of them, and I know I come a long way, because I would have, back in the day, would have said I got 10 DICKS, something like that. I don't know. I would say something sharp and crazy. And then I was like, and they just kept standing there messing with me. And I was like, look, you got the same personality as blah, blah, blah that tried to do the same thing to me, right? It's like a woman, and they probably do this to men too, can't put clothes on, can't look, different the way they normally look decent, put clothes on, do their hair, without, let me see how I want to say this. So I know a woman is supposed to drop her drawers and keep it moving like that with her mouth closed, right? But I chose not to. And it's like, why can't I? It don't matter what you think. you know, but it's just appalling of how people's minds are. And a part of me want to say, well, dang, how much porn do you watch per day? Are you one of them pedophiles that go home after work and participate in whatever kind of activity, or stay at the strip club and a woman is only for a piece of meat for you, or for a man in your eyes? I'm gonna leave it like that. You can read between the doggone lines. Anybody got time for that? FOHKLMNOP out of here.